and keep on with the struggle. Today.
Brothers and sisters, okay.
Allahu Akbar. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah the Gracious, the Merciful. Brothers and sisters, people of justice, people of all faiths, peace be upon all. On behalf of the Muslim American Society, America's largest Muslim grassroots organization and its Freedom Foundation, and on behalf of all people of faith, on behalf of the seekers of peace, and on behalf of the advocates of justice, I say it loud and clear that we all stand united against the violence and the killing in the Holy Land, against the violence and the killing in the Middle East. The sanctity of human life must be honored and preserved and held in the highest regard. There is no difference between Muslim life, Christian life, or Jewish life. Brothers and sisters, while we commend the ever so late response of the UN and the support of the international players to call for the cessation of all hostilities and the immediate ceasefire by all parties, we remind them and we tell them they must recognize that in order for us to attain a just, comprehensive, lasting peace, there are facts that must be laid out. There are truths that must be self-evident for all Americans. That indeed that the invasion of Lebanon and the destruction of its infrastructure and the deliberate targeting of civilians through the barbaric, indiscriminate, disproportionate Israeli war machine is indeed criminal and must end now. That all the prisoners and captives must be released, just as the UN demands the unconditional release of the 2 soldiers, so do we demand the release of thousands of civilians, thousands of prisoners that are held in the dungeons of Israel. Civilians that were kidnapped by the Israeli occupying forces against a sovereign nation, against a sovereign people. Let the prisoners go today. And lastly, I want to leave with 2 last small messages. One is for Mr. Bush. Stop calling Islam Islamic-Fascism. Stop calling Islam a religion of extremism. There is no such thing as Islamic-Fascism, just as much there is no such thing as Christian Nazism, or there is no such thing as Catholic fascism. Allahu Akbar, God is great. Allahu Akbar, God is great. And lastly, message for all my brothers and sisters, all Americans, for God's sake, do not sacrifice your liberties for an elusive security. For if you want to attain security, you must preserve your liberties. Those of us who sacrifice liberties for the sake of security will have none. May God bless our nation. May God bless those who love peace and justice. May God keep the march on so that we can achieve peace and justice. God bless. Allahu Akbar. God is great, and God bless all. Thank you.